Welcome back to another episode of Unspoken Heart, where truth meets testimony and where we're just no longer silent about the things that we've gone through. I am your host, Corinne Deanna Lane, and I'm super pumped right now because my sis came. I reached out and I was a little bit afraid of what she would say if she would turn me down.
Never.
My sis, Ain Muccular, is in the building today.
Hi, Corinne.
I love her so much. I've known her for over 10 years. It's got to be at least.
How? We're only
25.
We met at 5.
We met when we were 5.
At least.
But I've known her so long, and she's just a wonderful, wonderful spirit. She's like the same spirit that I met the first time, and then 15 years later, she has the same spirit, which is so amazing because it's kind of rare.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, I was just gonna say, you've been the same. You've been consistent. You've always been warm and welcoming and inviting. Like I was coming into a new space.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think around the same time you were coming into a new space.
Yes.
Too.
Yes.
But
yes.
yeah, you've been consistent, which is rare.
So we're like kindred. We're kindred spirits. Ain.
Hey.
Welcome.
Thank you. I feel welcome.
I'm so excited to really jump into your story because, girl, the things that I know, the things that you've shared with me just throughout your journey and the time that I've known you.
Yeah.
Man, just your story has blessed me. You already know because we've had conversations just about certain things, and I've just been like,
yeah,
good Lord. Okay. Yeah. God is good all the time.
He is merciful. He's sovereign.
He's very sovereign.
We love the Lord.
And we love him.
Yes.
And he's just consistent.
Yes.
And so before we jump into your story, can you just share with the audience just who you are, what you do, what you have going on, all of the things you would want them to know?
So top of mind, you say that and I want to say, I'm a mom, right? Because I do. I have 3 children. And so right now I'm in the thick of things, and that seems all consuming. My kids are all under the age of 9. And so any parent will tell you that in this stage, it is all consuming. So I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I'm many things to many people. But ultimately I am a child of God. I am too a worshiper. I feel that, I'm someone that has lived many lives. I have a lot of hats. I have a lot of roles, a lot of slash. I do a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And I am resting in that I can be all of those different things, and I don't have to be defined by one specific title.
Yeah.
Sure, I have worked. I've had good jobs. I have degrees. I have accomplishments. But in this stage of life, I am happy to not be defined by one particular thing. And that takes a lot of guts, in my opinion, to say, because we do live in a society where it's like, well, what do you do? You know, what do you do? And that question means what's your worth tied to?
Yeah.
How do you contribute to whatever's going on?
Yeah.
So I'm many things to many people.
Free the people.
Yeah.
In the first minute or so. Free us.
We're not tied to our productivity.
We're not tied to our productivity.
We are, you and I are Black women.
Yes.
And so oftentimes that comes with a certain degree of burden, to carry the weight of family, society. I don't want to go too far off into that. That's not necessarily where I want to go. But as a Black woman, we do carry a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And a lot of times we've had to be a particular figure, maybe in our family or in our social circle, to where we have to be a little stronger or do a little more than maybe some of our counterparts. And I found that for a lot of my life, I was defined by my accomplishments. what I was able to do, the amount of money I was able to make, what I was able to say when someone asked me,
what do you do?
What do you do?
Right.
And so kind of letting go of some of that, I have found that God has really shown me that ultimately he just needs us to do whatever he tells us to do on a day-to-day basis. So that's
I love that.
Yeah.
Let's get into this story.
Okay, my story.
So yeah, let's start from the beginning of where you want to begin.
How I got here.
Yeah.
I got here because I had a very specific life plan.
Okay.
I was going to go to college, because that's what you're supposed to do. Get a degree, get a good job.
Yeah.
I was going to get married maybe around 25 and have all of my 2.5 kids by 30. And then, I don't know, drive a Jaguar or something and just live a perfect little life in Atlanta. I know there's a saying that God laughs at our plans. And so that was my plan. That was my life plan. In actuality, I did get married. I did finish school. It took me much longer than I would have liked. So I moved here with my husband, and 7 years went by and we did not have children. And it was not because we were trying and couldn't. I got really comfortable. I was like, we don't have to have kids. We can just wait, you know?
Yeah.
No, we can just enjoy this. It was fun.
Yeah.
So my first child was not necessarily planned.
Okay.
But I was fine. I was comfortable in that. The pregnancy went well. At the time, I was working really hard. I had a job in healthcare.
Okay.
And so I was in the rat race, probably not taking as good care of myself as I could have throughout a pregnancy.
Yeah.
It was my first pregnancy. I'm my mother's only child. I wasn't around too many people pregnant, so I didn't really know everything of what to expect. And so I went into early labor. My oldest daughter was born about 2 months early. So that was really scary. During that process, I found out that I had fibroids, which African-American women have more often than not. So they cause major complications. My sac ruptured at 32 weeks.
Okay. And that was due to the
That was
fibroids?
due to the fibroids.
Okay.
Competing for space with the baby. So I'm at work having the worst contractions ever, not even knowing that I was in labor because I don't know what to expect.
Right.
First child. And so I go in, have her. She ended up being in the NICU. And, thank God she has no problems now. But, that complication threw me for a loop, and it made me sit down and just kind of contemplate my faith, where I stood with hearing God and knowing his voice and knowing, okay, there may have been some things that you could have done differently to take care of yourself, to know what questions to ask. So there's that on one hand.
Yep.
Hey, you need to focus in on God a bit. There may have been some things you could have done differently. So having that on one hand, and then on the other hand, not harboring any guilt for going into labor early. Some things are in your control, some things are not.
Yeah.
And so there was a long process of God just kind of helping me through that, helping me to not hang on to the pain of, oh my God, my baby is in the NICU. I can't do anything about it. I can't fix it. If there were any things that I could do differently, let me find out. Let me educate myself so that no one else close to me goes through that. So there's so much now that I have to give in terms of just pregnancy.
It's like the crazy part is I'm so glad you shared that aspect, because nobody talks about that part. You know what I mean? Like, women just, all kinds of things happen to us during our pregnancies, and whether you go into the labor early, or something happens,
Every pregnancy is
or
different.
C-section. And like, I remember the guilt I carried just because I didn't want a C-section when I had my son. Like,
and you may have to have a C-section.
You know what I mean? Like that, but you even just articulating that as like, okay, all right, so these are things I had to like sit with the Father with, like, okay, Lord, like, did I miss something? Did you say something and I didn't hear you? Was I supposed to protect myself a certain way and I didn't? Like, dang, did I mess up? Like,
ultimately, we can't be tied to what we think we want or what we think we need. If the time comes and you had a birth plan and something else happens and you have to do something else, yes, advocate for yourself, but maybe your plan does not go the way that you thought or the way that you really, really wanted. In my case, it never occurred to me that there would be any complications. I had a pretty good pregnancy. So I thought. I did not know about the fibroids until I was pregnant. And then I didn't know what to look out for. I think I had a pretty good doctor at the time. But there were certain questions and certain things that I just did not know. She would tell me, take it easy. And I don't know what that means. I don't know what that really means as a pregnant person. I was over 30. And so I did need to take it easy. I did need to do more than just eat a particular way. I needed to slow down a bit. I needed to sit in the pregnancy and just be pregnant. Like that's the biggest thing, that you're pregnant right now. Some things are not my fault. I didn't put the fibroids in there. So I don't have any guilt there, but I do take that time period as a time to say, okay, this is when the Lord was really showing me that you've got to sit, you got to be still and know that He's in control, that He's the first resource, right? You can read as much as you want to read. Ultimately, it's that quiet time, it's that prayer time where you really get some clarity, even if it's just peace of mind and you don't hear anything specific. That it's that time with Him that kind of helps there. So she was born, she was fine. She spent a little time in the NICU. And so after that, I am maternity warrior, right? So now anyone who will listen, you need to go get checked. If you are, 25, if you don't have any prospective partners, go get your eggs freezed, make sure that you're taking care of your body, make sure you have a good OB, make sure that you're checking all these things. I'm at this point, I'm talking to anyone who will listen about what some of the complications may be, what you need to be eating, how you need to care for yourself, how you need to slow down, how you need to do all these things. At the same time, my daughter was about, I want to say about 18 months. And I knew that I wanted to start trying again. And since the first one came without warning, I wasn't even trying. I was like, it'll be a breeze. We'll start, in this month. And then by this month, next year, we'll have the baby and then we'll start planning. And, we're scheduling it in. We're scheduling in our second child. We're like, we're planning everything out. That time came and went. And so now I have a new guilt. Oh no, was it the pills that I took after my first child? Was it the birth control that they gave me so that I could still nurse? What is it now that is causing me to not get pregnant for this second time around? It wasn't a super long time, but it was long enough for me to now start doubting, like, oh no, maybe I can't carry again. Because now, in addition to the fibroids, I've developed some cyst on my ovary. And I'm like, well, now where did that come from? So now I'm Googling, which don't do that.
Don't Google. Everything is cancer.
So now, when you are nursing,
Yeah.
you're when you're nursing, you don't typically get pregnant because, your body just kind of
Right.
works that way. If you're nursing, you won't get pregnant, but there's still a chance.
Yeah.
So my doctor at the time gave me some birth control that you can take while you're nursing.
Okay.
I read the side effects of that. It's ovarian cyst. I'm like, well, Lord, what did I do? Now I've just ruined myself, right? And so again, getting back into that still place, getting back to that place where I'm listening and I am praying and I'm like, well, Lord, just give me peace in this. If I am not going to have another child, then just give me peace in that. I'll accept whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't have any control in this. But I want another child.
Yeah.
So we tried. Eventually, I did get pregnant again. I stopped taking all types of hormonal birth control.
Yeah.
Changed my diet a little bit. I'm a hippie anyway,
Yeah.
so I've been the tofu eating person since a little kid. I'm from the Bay Area, so if my mother raised me that way, we were always eating very healthy. But I did, make some changes based on my blood type and what I knew I needed. Slight changes. Eventually did get pregnant. And so with this pregnancy, I am doing everything perfectly. I have put my feet up. Now I am a geriatric pregnancy, right? Because over 35, you are elderly.
Yeah.
And so
They make that a point to let you know.
yes, I changed doctors.
Okay.
I did get a Black female doctor who I am with today. I say all the time that she saved my life twice. She was fantastic in terms of walking with me week to week, what to expect. I mean, from day one, from the time I went to her to take the test to confirm to her delivering.
Yeah.
So I thought that pregnancy went very well. I didn't have any personal complications. I did not have any pain associated with my fibroids. I didn't mention this, but with my first child, I had a cool pregnancy up until the time that I ruptured.
Right.
That week was the worst pain I've ever had in my life. It was far worse than the labor. The worst pain. When I would have a contraction with the fibroid, it was 10 times worse than the actual delivery, right? That was the worst pain I've ever felt. And so with my second pregnancy, didn't have any of that pain. That was my fear. I was like, Lord, I just don't want to go through that again. Didn't have the pain, didn't have any complications. I took it really easy, had my feet up. I ate well, did everything that I was supposed to do, carried to term. Actually, I think she was like a week. I think she was at 41 weeks. Went to my last appointment. My doctor was like, okay, yeah, probably this week. Come in. Came in. She was ready to go. Had her, no issues at all. Maybe 2-3 days after I got discharged with my second child, I just had some irritation and I wasn't sure what it was related to.
Okay.
And I called my doctor and I said, hey, just let me just get a little checkup, because you do a 1 week
Right.
post delivery checkup, and it hadn't been a whole week yet. And I called her. I was like, I think I'm a little irritated. Can you just take a look? I don't know maybe there was an incision. I had a vaginal birth, but I was like, maybe that's something. I don't know. I'm not experiencing any intense pain, but I just want you to take a look, because I am, asking all of the questions now. I'm making sure I'm on top of everything. I'm not super concerned, but I wanted her to look.
Yeah.
So I go she checks me out. She's like, you're fine. You're probably experiencing some irritation because of these big old diapers we send you home with, right? They send you home with the bulkiest, craziest, harshest, driest stuff, right? So, I mean, now I tell everyone who will listen, take your own things.
Bring your own things.
Bring your own things. You know, they're going to give you some things at the hospital, but bring what you're comfortable with, right? So she's like, you're fine. You know, this is just mild irritation. Just switch your products, you know, get something else. I'm like, okay, that's cool. I can do that. Not a problem. No heavy bleeding, like nothing. It wasn't anything crazy. But in her conversation with me, she's like, how do you feel though? Like, how are you doing? I'm like, I'm good. She's like, you look a little gray. Thank you. I just had a child.
Right.
Like, I'm just a little tired. She's like, yeah, but like your fatigue level, 1 to 10. I just had a baby. Now we were here together, you know.
3 days
I'm
ago.
tired. She's like, I'm not talking about that. She's like, how do you feel? Like, because you can go into new mommy mode and you're caring for the baby and you're tired, but you can still hear the baby cry. You're tired, but you're not like, I'm going to pass out tired.
Yeah.
And I was nearing that ultra fatigue. Like, I may need to like just lay down, which you should be doing anyway. After you have a baby, you should lay down. You should be tended to, but it was a little different. And she picked up on it and she was like, well, you look kind of gray and I don't like that. And then she starts poking my legs and she's like, you're a little swollen. Did you notice that? And I hadn't noticed it that day because, again, perfect pregnancy. Didn't have any swelling through the whole pregnancy. I was fine. My blood pressure was great through the whole pregnancy, all of that. And so she's like, your legs are a little swollen though. I want you to go get some blood work done before you leave. I'm like, I didn't come for that. I don't want to. She's like, I need you to go get some blood work done, please. Yeah. Please for me so I'll feel better. And I'm like, okay, well, if the doctor is asking me to do that, I'll do it. I don't know why. She didn't even say why. She had me also do a urine test and she mentioned something about protein. And I wasn't paying good attention because, again, I was not there for that. I just needed her to check what I needed her to check and go home back to the baby. But she said, yeah, there's some protein in your urine too. So anybody hearing that knows like, oh, I know what that means. I, in all of my research after the first pregnancy, did not have a clue, had not even heard of postpartum preeclampsia. Now, I knew many women who had preeclampsia. Right? Yeah. Many women who had gone into preterm labor and had diabetes during their pregnancy, had high blood pressure during their pregnancy, and it caused all types of complications. But I had no idea until it was me that there was postpartum preeclampsia.
Wow.
And so I go home. And I pull into the driveway and my doctor is calling. So I'm turning the car off and I'm like, okay, well, I'll call right back. I don't know what's going on. She left a message. I checked the voicemail. It's her nurse telling me to get back to the ER now.
Tell me what's going on in your mind because you have no idea. They're just like, come back.
Right.
So tell me what's going on in your mind.
My initial reaction was, why is she even calling me? I just left the office, right? So now I'm on a little bit of an alert, but not, I'm not frantic yet. I listened to the voicemail. It's her nurse. And she didn't just tell me to go to the ER. She told me to go back through it's the part of the hospital like where you go when you are in labor. Okay. Go back through labor and delivery. She'll meet you there. Okay. And at this time, I felt the urgency, but because I did not know why she was telling me to get back there, I didn't have the fear yet. I call though, And so I get the nurse again, and she repeated back to me like, yes, your doctor said that you had elevated protein in your urine. She is concerned, and she wants you to get back here as soon as possible. How soon can you get back there? And I'm like, well, I just pulled into the house. She's like, you need to pack an overnight bag and get back here immediately. I said, well, should I bring the baby? Or like, what do you mean I'm going to have to stay overnight? She's like, yeah, you're going to get admitted. Get back here. Should I bring the baby or not? And she was like, no, this visit is for you. And so if the baby can stay home, thank God, my mother was there, then that would probably be best. And so then I started freaking out. Okay. Because I'm like, why, what? Why do I don't want to leave her again. Yeah. I'm freaking out. I don't want to leave my baby. I don't want to go through that again. My first child was in the NICU for days, then there was like 12 days where she was apart from me in the NICU. I don't want to feel that ever again. And I'm freaking out because what's going on with my body? I don't know. So I go in the house. I tell Carlin, I don't know, men react a little differently. Yeah. I don't know how I explained it. Maybe not well because I didn't understand myself. He's like, well, come on, like, let's go. Like, let's just get back there. And so we get back to the hospital. And then the way that the nurses were treating me and the way the staff was moving made me feel even more anxious. Yeah. Not because they were doing anything wrong. They were doing everything right and they were taking it very seriously. Yeah. I did not know I'm about to die. Wow. So postpartum preeclampsia, the main sign is that your blood pressure skyrockets. Right. I don't know anything about that. Yeah. And so I'm in the 190s. I'm almost 200 over. I don't remember. And that's seizure risk. That is stroke risk. Right. I wanted to make sure that I explain really what it is because I had no idea what it was. Okay. And so I do want to read. If you were to just Google, it's going to tell you that it's rare, but it's not. Yeah. It's very common. It's like I said, when I started talking to people about what happened, everyone had a story of someone they knew or of themselves encountering postpartum preeclampsia. Okay. And so it's characterized by high blood pressure and it's an excess protein in the urine that will show up, which is also a sign. Okay. And so if you're at home, how are you going to know to then go and get your urine tested 2-3 days after you have been discharged? Yeah. But anyhow, it appears within the first 48 hours after delivery. And so when you're in the hospital, they're checking, right? They're checking your blood pressure. They're checking your vitals. You're good. Right. But this can still occur after you go home. Wow. And so, again, I'm like, well, how could this have been avoided? How come I didn't even know this was a thing? Right. I start talking to people about it, and everyone that I talked to was like, oh, yeah, my niece dropped dead in the grocery store. And nobody really talks about that. And this is very common, very, very common, apparently. Wow. But I had never heard of it, and no one had ever talked about it before. Wow. That you have the same risk after you give birth
that you do before. Wow.
And there are things to look out for, and you do have to be very careful, and you do have to take it just as easy in those 6 weeks after you give birth. And there are things that get missed, like severe headaches. Okay. Well, after you give birth, you're still taking pain medication. Right. And so that can mask the headache, which might be a clue that, hey, your blood pressure is kind of high. Mm-hmm. And if you have a child, or if you're pregnant, it's good to just go ahead and invest in a blood pressure cuff. Okay. Because once you have a baby, you should be checking your blood pressure every couple of hours just to see, because that's the first indicator. Yeah. We didn't used to get discharged from the hospital so quickly either. Yeah. It's so interesting. My grandmother, interesting enough, was a nurse. She worked in the NICU. And and we didn't really have these conversations. And so I don't know, but I do know that she did used to say, like, you know, we let these people out too early.
Yeah.
You know, and that may have been one of the reasons. You know, you're discharged after a day and a half.
Yeah.
And so you need to be checking in on yourself. Do I have a headache or not?
Right.
Is it being masked by the pain medication that I'm taking because I just went through a sometimes major surgery?
Yeah.
You know, you should have a blood pressure cuff at home after pregnancy. It occurs because of protein-induced damage to blood vessels, which causes them to leak protein into the urine. Proper treatment is essential to prevent complications like seizures, which is the eclampsia. So you hear people say eclampsia. That is seizure risk.
Okay.
And so when doctors are treating you for the eclampsia, they're trying to prevent you from going into a seizure while you're pregnant, while you're giving birth, or after.
Wow.
That's scary. It's the treatment is to prevent complications like seizures, stroke, or other life-threatening issues. The causes are unclear.
Wow.
Like most things with women's health.
Yeah.
It's thought to be caused by pro-inflammatory proteins from the placenta that lead to some cell dysfunction. But that's not something that you're just looking up or anything that is easy to make sense of.
Yeah.
You know, but it is something to look out for.
Yeah.
And so I'm in the hospital getting the treatment and learning about this thing for the very first time. All I know is that I've got to trust my doctor.
Yeah.
She is another Black woman.
Yeah.
She has done very good by me so far up until now. And so I'm trusting what she's telling me.
Yeah.
You know? And when that other doctor that came in that was just the attending at the time starts challenging her, she's going to bat for me. Even in her tone, I'm like, no, I'm going to rock with what she's saying.
Yeah.
Because she's been my doctor all this time. But also her level of concern right now is concerning me. She's staying professional.
Yeah.
But she is advocating hard for me to get this treatment. And for whatever reason, he's like blowing it off. Like, she don't really need to be here. Why don't y'all just let her go home? I'm like, what is this guy's deal?
Wow.
It was very weird.
Yeah.
Very scary. And now I am having to put all of my trust in this doctor. I'm having to accept the fact that while this pregnancy seemed to have gone quite well, things can still go wrong.
Yeah.
You do not know what to expect. You do need to cry out to the Lord.
Yeah.
They're telling you, well, you have to keep your stress under control. Well, this whole experience is very stressful. I don't know. What do you mean? But it's tough because you can feel like you do everything right.
Yeah.
You can feel like you are relying on God and you're listening, and things still happen.
Yeah.
As they will. And so I think with that pregnancy, it was just a lesson in, hey, you don't run anything. You don't really control anything. The best thing that you can do is your best. And that's it.
Yeah.
And I can't harbor any guilt.
Yeah.
I can't harbor any resentment. I can learn and use that for the next day.
Yeah.
Give us, Lord, our daily bread. It's going to be something different every day that we need to seek him on, because some things are just out of your control.
Your time with the Lord, like, what was that like, even having to walk through all of this? Because now you're in the hospital now.
I can't do anything.
Right.
I'm sad. I don't have my baby. I've got to stay here for 2 nights. I am disappointed. I didn't do anything to warrant this. I took care of myself. I thought I did everything right. I'm mad that I didn't know this existed. I feel like I had just done all this research, but I was researching something else. I was researching fibroids. I was researching diet and health and all of these other things, never came across postpartum preeclampsia. I knew about eclampsia. I knew about high blood pressure. I knew what to look for while I was pregnant. I didn't know that I still needed to be checking these things. And now I'm kicking myself because I didn't know that. Yeah. And I'm in my head about everything now. Fear, sadness, disappointment, anger, irritation. Yeah. I'm feeling all of those things. All of those emotions that the devil uses to then creep in. Yeah. Because I could have sat in that, kept that anger, let that bleed out on everybody, because everybody out that I came in contact with, I happened to have family visiting at the same time. Yeah. I just could have internalized all of this, just been real nasty to everybody, been upset, and then caused harm or, had some other damage that I had to live with later. But I am instead like crying out to God, what can I even do? I'm stuck here right now. I'm just sad, Lord. I don't want to feel like this. Please lead and guide these doctors correctly. Please deliver me from whatever this is. Give me some clarity. Give me wisdom. Give me understanding. Give me discernment. Give me the right questions to ask, Lord, please. And help my support system, Lord God. Please build them up as well. Because you don't know what you don't know. I don't even know what to ask for right now, Lord. Just fix this situation. I can't do anything. But I know I'm sad and I know I feel like this. And I'm being honest about it. I'm not going to be, positive if that's not how I really feel. I'm not going to be positive to the point where I'm ignoring, no, you really have these feelings underlying, and Lord, I need you to deliver me from that and heal me because I want to go home. And so what he gave me was peace. What he gave me was another layer of education and understanding and knowledge that I can take and share. He gave me peace in that, hey, this crazy thing just happened. You did everything that you were supposed to do. You did what you thought was right. And still something crazy happened and you almost died, but you didn't, and you're okay. Yeah. And so take from this, learn what you can from this, and let's move on. And so after that, I think, I know we've spoken about that second pregnancy before and at length.
Yes.
Because I am giving the abbreviated version. It doesn't seem like it, but I am. Yeah. And after that, I was like, I'm done. Yeah. Right? I'm pushing 40. Yeah. No more children. I'm sure you've asked me, what now? What do you think? How do you feel about having another child?
Nope.
I'm good.
And you're like, nope, done.
Absolutely done. And so, again, we make plans. Yep. And God is like, okay, well, you can do whatever you want. You still gonna be full of baby with a big old belly on your 40th birthday. Completely unexpected.
Oh my
What
goodness.
is going on, Lord? I don't remember asking for 3 children. Right. What? So yes, I was completely blindsided. Yeah. 2 to 3-ish years ago. Yeah. Because again, I had a plan. Yeah. I was going to turn 40 and turn up and hit a corner and just do whatever I wanted to do. I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I just knew now my kids are now old enough to take care of themselves, and I'm going to reinvent myself at 40. Sure did. Yeah, I reinvented myself. All right. I was pregnant again. Yeah. So I don't know. I learned these lessons in pregnancy, apparently. So with this third child, I just took all limits off. God, whatever it is that you're trying to show me, show me. I'm not, I am not making any plans. I am not going to feel any negativity towards any part of my life that I feel like is not exactly what I want it to be.
Okay.
What good does that do? What purpose does it serve me to feel resentment, disappointment? What purpose does it serve me to feel anything besides grateful to even be alive? You know, with this third baby, postpartum preeclampsia again. And this time, I'm checking everything.
Yeah.
I had everybody on high alert. I mean, I'm checking my blood pressure. The pregnancy went fairly well. No complications there. My doctor this time was like, we're going to induce. We're just going to go ahead and induce.
Yeah.
We're going to avoid any issues. We're going to get her out of there, and we're going to keep a good eye on you. Sure enough, the next day after I get discharged, my blood pressure is skyrocketing. I already knew what to expect. Called her. She said, okay, come on in.
Wow.
We took care of it. I went home. And even though that was a rough go on my body,
Yeah.
I had peace. Of course, I had experienced it. So there's always a level of, you know, you've been through this, you kind of know what to expect.
Yeah.
But I was still very close to death. You know, you're bringing life into the world. You're the closest to death at that time with every pregnancy. And so there is some fear that I could have had, but I just had such peace with this third baby that I had no idea was on the way. That threw off my plans completely. That just came at a time where it seems like this ain't the time. This is not a good time. This is not a great time for me to have a child right now. Okay. We're working on some things.
Yeah.
My husband and I now are entrepreneurs. And so we had all these plans. We had all these things that we wanted to do. And that just rocked us.
Yeah.
No, you're going to have another baby right now.
Yeah.
All your money's going to that.
Yeah.
Whatever your plans were, whatever you wanted to do, whatever you thought you were going to do, you're not. So now what? How do you feel about that?
Yeah.
I won't lie and say that initially I wasn't like, oh man, wow, Lord.
Yeah.
And then quickly God was like, are you complaining that you're going to have another child? Are you upset about that? Are you mad that I'm giving you another life? That I'm entrusting you with that?
Yeah.
I mean, it was short lived, but I did go through a little period of,
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to have another child right now. And then no sooner does the thought come into my mind that I'm like, did I really think that? Did I really say that? How dare you?
Yeah.
Right? Not want this life.
Yeah.
Because for me, I feel like if God is entrusting me with this another time, there's a bigger reason than whatever my plans were, whatever I thought I wanted to do. So I am in a state of accepting God's sovereignty, his control. I can sit in such a place of peace now, just taking my hands off the wheel, like whatever it is, Lord, that you want to do, whatever you want to give me, I know you'll give me the tools I need for it. Whatever you put in my hands, I will take good care of it.
Yeah.
I know that whatever I think is a mess that either I happened upon or that I may have caused, I know that you will give beauty for ashes. Every time I look at one of these kids, I'm like, oh my God, I don't deserve this. And also, wow, like these girls are, I mean, I'm their mom, so of course I'm going to say this, but they're such great kids. Yeah. They're incredible. And I truly feel like, you know, it is beauty for ashes. Everything that I give back to him and relinquish to him and I let go of and he gives back to me like, but look how beautiful this is. Look at this beauty for ashes.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of got to this space of not being so bound to whatever earthly plans we have, whatever thoughts of how I feel like things should go.
Yeah.
And in doing that, what is God's will and what he gives me is clearer. Because sometimes you may have some desires, you may have some wants, things that you think are needs that are just you, just your flesh. Like, ooh, you see something that's like, ooh, I want that. That may not necessarily be God. And it's hard to determine sometimes because you feel like, well, if God gave me this desire, or if God, gave this to me, that's why I have it. Like, that's why I want this, because it must be from God. But in being comfortable with knowing that we don't have the ultimate control, being comfortable with that and having peace in that God is in control, it makes the things that you are supposed to do much more clear. God gives gifts without repentance. He gives us gifts and talents and things that come naturally to us.
Yeah.
The passions and fires to do specific things, actions that we know we wrestle with, that we have to do. We know God is telling us to do something. Can't sleep at night.
Yep.
God's voice gets clearer and clearer the more time you spend with him. It's like, well, you're supposed to do this thing. And you may or may not want to do it, but you're going to do it, right? You're going to do it eventually. Yeah. Like I said, spending time with him and resting in the fact that he has it all under control does make it a lot clearer of what you should be doing.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Whoo, girl.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where I'm at.
I'm so, while you were talking, I just was kind of thinking just in my own journey, my own pregnancy journey, and the things that I feel like I kind of became an advocate too. But at the same time, in my advocacy, I was also very hesitant in sharing my story because I didn't want to scare non-pregnant women. You know what I'm saying? Or women who haven't had children yet. You know what I mean? But I feel like that was part of the enemy's plan. You know what I'm saying? Because there are certain things, like you said, that women should know or they should be doing that doctors aren't saying. Absolutely. You know what I mean? They're not giving you they may give you a checklist of all the things you need to bring to the hospital when you have the baby. You know what I mean?
There's some major gaps.
There are some things that need to be said from the physicians of like, okay, here's the things during the pregnancy time. Here are the things you should check for. Or even even while you're preparing to be pregnant. Yes. There are some things that you need to be checking with your doctors. Yes. You know what I mean? To even make sure that your body is prepared for another life to grow inside of you. Your nutrition levels, your
blood type.
Right, your blood type, all of the things. Like that stuff. A lot of times we don't know it until we stumble upon it or we start feeling symptoms. Sure. I'm just like, ooh, what's that? You know what I'm saying?
What was your mom's pregnancy like?
Yeah.
Your aunt.
All of that.
Yeah, I run into that, like, I don't want to scare anybody telling my story. But in this journey, I firmly believe that God will give the opportunity to say anything that you need to say. And that kind of goes across the board, not only with this particular topic, but I think if you are supposed to do something, I do believe that God opens that door, opens that window. And if you're supposed to say something, you're not going to get away with not saying what you're supposed to say.
Because, I think I was in one time, somebody asked me, about my pregnancy. Because, sometimes I shared pieces of what I've been through just in worship and as a worship leader. And I may use certain blocks of time to really like listen here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I should not be here, And one time when I came off, somebody asked me like, so what happened? I was like, well, do you have children? You know what I'm saying? Like, it was all these different prerequisites that had to be there in order for me to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To say it because I didn't want to scare them. You know what I mean? And or I have to preface it with, okay, this is not everybody's case. You know, everybody's situation is different. You know,
that part. Yeah. Everyone's situation is different. Every single pregnancy is different.
Right.
I had 3 very different pregnancies. Yeah. Just with me. So imagine, you know, everyone is going to have a different experience. Right. Here are some things that I went through. Right. Just
be on the lookout. You know what I mean?
Be aware.
Ask this or ask that. You know what I mean? Like
what happened to me may not happen to you because things happen in one pregnancy, even with me, that didn't happen in another pregnancy.
Very true.
Everything is different. It's as unique as a fingerprint. But we need to be a whole lot more vocal about the whole process. Yeah. You know, I think I read something recently that there are certain drugs that didn't even begin testing on females until like 98 or something.
Oh, wow.
Like the medical industry is not catering to women's health. Yeah. And so in that, there are some major gaps. There are things that we have to make up for. You're going to need a lot of advocacy. You're going to need people in your corner to ask the questions. Yeah. It doesn't matter. It's your life. You can ask whatever you want to ask. And if you ever feel any hesitancy from your doctor to provide you with as much information as you want,
right,
then change you need doctor. To ask for somebody else.
Like that's like red flag. You know, if you're
doctor be vague, needs to be your best friend during pregnancy. Yeah. You know, because anything can happen. Yeah. And so you need to be able to trust that your doctor is going to be in your best interest and not just in the best interest of moving on to the next patient. Yeah. So, I mean, when it comes to pregnancy and going through the whole delivery process, we could be here all day because there are so many things from start to finish that you need to be aware of. You need to know to ask for. Unfortunately, you know, we don't live somewhere where this is something that the doctors really provide on to the level that I think women actually need. Yeah.
So, I mean, are you going to like, you know, put something together, you know, some sort of,
sure. I don't have anything else to do.
I feel like, you know, on top of,
I have nothing else to do.
You know, maybe in your like spare time, you know, to jot some things down, you know, maybe put it in like a, I don't know, some sort of booklet, checklist.
Yeah, I do. I do need to do that. I do need to do that.
Of some sort, you know, because I feel like the things that you've come through, like you literally, even for the first pregnancy, all the things that you did in your research, even to prepare for the second one. And it's like, okay, so it's almost like you had like, you kept getting you kept getting ahead like on each one that you felt like, okay, I'm a little bit more prepared. That even when the same thing tried to show up on the third time, you could have not, you know what I'm saying, been prepared or whatever.
I was ready that time.
You know what I mean? You were like, let's get it. And I feel like that's like, I feel like that's part of the weaponry. Yeah. You know, I believe. And what we do just in worship, for one, you know what I mean? Like our awareness, how in tune we are to the Father, how the Holy Spirit is always communicating. You know what I mean? There's not a time that he's just like, I'ma just, you know what I mean? He's like, no, here, hey, what's up? What's going on today? Yeah. What do we need? You need something today? What are we doing today? You know what I mean?
And that's how it's supposed to be.
I always picture him like this. It's so weird. But I picture him like on like a big couch, right? It's so weird. This is how my mind thinks. But he's just like this. He's like swinging his feet like, so.
The Holy Spirit is short.
What are we doing today? Yes, he's short in my book because I'm short and I relate to short people. Oh. So I just feel like he's like, so what's going on?
What's the plan?
You know what I mean? Like, hey, what are we doing today? What do you want? I mean, what do you want to do? You want to wear it? What do you want? Don't eat that. You should probably eat this. Don't you? Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like legit. So yeah. So we need a manual. The girlies that are thinking of pregnancy, that are like doing this research, and some of them are on Google. Okay. Yeah. Some of them are on YouTube, and they're probably frightened out of their minds from some of the things that are being said without the the wisdom of the Holy Ghost to say the things how it needs to be said.
Certainly.
Because sometimes it's just presented as destruction.
Right.
You know what I mean? And just like.
And also, if you start Googling, you're going to get what is the standard?
Yeah.
Which may not even include you or your ethnic group.
Very true.
So there are things that we have to start talking about, even at just like a familial level.
Yeah.
Because we've got to be more prepared before we go in.
Yeah.
If you are so blessed to be in a planning stage, like you're really planning out your life and how you or when you would like to have children, you're at a great advantage to, get your wellness into a habit, get your diet.
Yeah.
I say diet, not in like a weight focused diet, but
just nutrition.
I have some family right now that's going through some heart disease.
Okay.
And so I made some meal plans for them. And in doing that, I realized like we as African Americans don't know what to eat.
Right.
We eat for pleasure, which is fine. We eat what we like to eat. We eat what tastes good, and that's great. We have no idea what foods do what. We have no idea what to eat with what.
Yeah.
We don't know what fibers need to go with what starches.
Yeah. We
think we're supposed to eat 3 meals a day and they should be satisfying in that they taste good.
Yeah.
You can't go days and days without a vegetable or a fruit.
Yeah.
A real one. A real vegetable and a real fruit. With seeds, right? You can't eat processed meat every day.
Yeah.
It's cool. Sausages are good. Hot dogs, deli meat. You can't eat that every day.
Yeah.
You've got to balance your meals. You can't, your sodium intake can't just be whatever you want. And that's not to say that your food can't taste good, but you have to know what you're eating.
Yeah.
If 90% of your meals are something packaged, I can guarantee that
it's going to have a certain outcome.
Some health issues. But I think, we have a lack of knowledge when it comes to taking care of our bodies. And it's the most important thing, taking care of yourself. We take care of everybody and we do things for everybody, but you've got to know what to do, and that takes some effort, some individual effort on your own. And anyway, that's another tangent. That's another book that needs to be written.
Yes.
What you supposed to eat? I think everybody's on like eating for your blood type now, which is cool. There's a little more to it. There's more to dig into. Everything is here. What comes out the ground is best.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
So we're just so glad that you're going to put this together for us.
I have all the time in the world now, I'm momming, but I'm also retired. This journey, right, of trusting God, which shouldn't have to be a whole journey to trust God and do the one thing he told us to do, which is like seek him first, right? So this 10-year journey, I guess now, when I started having children, of just releasing any of my predetermined plans and releasing the constraints and the stuff I put on myself has led me to jumping out the window and quitting my good job. The good job with the benefits. Right. I after 15 years in healthcare, I sought the Lord and joined my husband in working on our joint business. And so being an entrepreneur comes with all types of peaks and valleys. And had I not...
What you said.
You're like, say more about that.
It's a breeze.
It's a breeze, right? It's not. It's not easy. But I am so happy. so at peace.
Yeah.
I feel so refreshed.
Wow.
And I have made one of the biggest decisions of my life. I did something that most people would think is insane.
Right.
Why in the world would you quit in this economy?
Right.
Oh, you're a fool.
Yeah.
No, I had such peace and such clarity in
Wow.
God saying, this is the time.
Yeah.
This is how you do it. This is what you say. This is when you hit send on that letter, and this is how you do it. Everything just fell into place the way that it needed to. And so even with the peaks and valleys of entrepreneurship, I am at peace with knowing that I'm in his will, though, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm able to be better for it. I'm able to wear all these hats that I need to wear without the stress of that job. It was very stressful. And so I was kind of wrestling with, Lord, like, I don't want to just quit because I hate it. Right?
Yeah.
I think I worked almost a year past the time when I could have left.
Okay.
Because I was wrestling with, this job sucks. And so you really just want to, like, just tell everybody where they can go and then quit. And I was going to be so satisfied in that. And then God was like, that ain't nothing but ego. Now you want to leave nasty. Now you want to leave ugly, though, because I really did. I'll kick some stuff over and everything.
Oh,
like,
no.
I'll come back in the office because I want to knock some stuff over, you know? Ooh. But no, I did not do that.
You did not. Look at that. Self-control. Okay. That's the word.
It was nice and kind and pleasant. And, I followed the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Let everyone know that I was leaving. And then, the outpour of all the people that I worked with. I think when I left, I was managing 17 people, I think, at that time.
Okay.
17 other leaders. And then the outpour of all of the people that were like, oh my God, I can't believe that. Please stay in touch. We need to pick your brain for this. And do you remember when you told me X, Y, and Z? Do you remember when you helped me with my daughter and this and that? Do you remember when you bought this and did all that? No, I don't remember none of that stuff. I don't remember any of it. Wow. They would send me back some emails or send me back things that I had said or done along this 15-year journey. Wow. And I was like, wow, thank you, Lord, for allowing me to do this properly in a way that let me know this is what you were supposed to be doing. And also look at the impact over all of these years.
And that people
it
could
wasn't
honor
for
you
nothing.
well as well.
Yeah. I didn't just
that's important too.
Dip out without saying hey. But I appreciate the journey and the stage of life to be able to get to the point where I can say, okay, Lord, I trust you. I trust this idea that you gave my husband. Yeah. I trust that I can let go of that consistent paycheck that I knew that I could rely on. And now with 3 kids, we are stepping out on for real faith.
Yes, indeed.
This thing could fail.
Yeah.
It ain't, though.
Yeah.
I know it won't
that
because I trust my Father.
Yeah.
But, on paper, it sounds crazy. It looks nuts to have done what I did. Yeah. But God has blessed it. And I feel so good with it. It's such a burden lifted to be able to step into this entrepreneurship at the top of this year. It's different being a business owner. Yeah. A lot of people are self-employed, but being a business owner, it's a little different.
It's so different.
Everything falls on you,
Yeah.
And so I trust God, man, and it's fun. It's a good excitement. Yeah. You have a nervousness sometimes when you're unsure. Yeah. That nervousness that's more excited though.
Yeah, because it's it's more like a fuel, because it's like, especially when you just know your abilities, the gifts you have, know that they can produce. Like that's clear. That's proven. You're like, oh, I can make money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
work.
not, you know what I mean? I know how to do that, you know? So it's more of just like okay, I got to make a lot of money. All right.
Got to
you know
pay
what I mean?
people.
Right. So it's like, it makes your brain to, you know, start tapping into areas that you didn't know that you could do. Like there's things I've discovered that like even Brian, like it's things that he would refuse to do that I had to,
that you got to learn.
you know what I mean? Like, you're going to,
you can do it.
You can do it. You know what I mean? It's like, wait, can I? You know, I realize how spoiled I've been, and you know. And so I'm like, then when I like actually like do it and figure it out, I'm like, oh snap! It gave me a different level of confidence in myself. My self-worth increased. Like, no, girl, you freaking killing it. Like, what are you talking about?
Yes.
You know. And then just a reassurance from him, like of just like, no, you're freaking killing it. What are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, what are you thinking? You know, like that. So it's I can definitely like just agree with you.
You have
It's just
everything
like,
you need.
You have everything. Yep.
You do.
Yep.
If God gives you something, He will fulfill and give you the rest of whatever you need. If He gives you an idea, if He gives you a piece of something, what's the scripture? Like you get prophecy in part. Like you may not have it all figured out. You never have it all figured out. But if you have a vision, if you have a piece of something, and you know it's God, you can rely on Him to figure out the rest of that stuff. I'm doing stuff that I did not go to school for. I'm using everything. I'm using all of my knowledge. I'm using all of my experience. But then there are some new things that I'm running into, and I'm like, I can't do it. Carlin will be like, you got about 2 more hours of whatever pouting you're doing. Go pray, do whatever, and then come back and finish what it is we need to do, because we don't have time. You could avoid this whole thing right now and just like get started. Just get started. You know,
sounds like my husband,
because that's part of it too, right?
He's like, okay, just start. What are you doing? You're in your head too much. I don't know. But just do it.
I live in there. I live in my head. But just start. Just start. I've found myself saying that a lot lately. Just get started, because the hard part with anything is the beginning. Especially if you're unsure, and if it's a new thing and it's unfamiliar. That's the fear. So I've never done it before. I'm not sure. But once you start,
it starts rolling out one step by step. Your territory increases. Your capacity increases. All of the things that you were probably afraid of before, and starting it, all of those things open up. It gets clearer and clearer.
Yep. And then you look up and it's done.
Period. Ain, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for sharing your story on Unspoken Heart. So if anybody wanted to contact you to even because I mean, we have already shared all of the knowledge and the wisdom that you have gained in this journey.
I feel like I'm being very abbreviated. I mean, it's really and truly to go into detail of.
That's what I'm saying. So if they wanted to reach out and be like, okay, start from the beginning. Because there may be, people that have either heard of it or, maybe experienced certain levels, and they want to be proactive for, for the next one, or just for women that are a little afraid, what I mean, just because of the internets, you know what I mean? And sometimes
I love to talk about diet. I love to talk about what to look for post-pregnancy. Right. Because postpartum preeclampsia is common, but that's not the only thing to look out for. The pregnancy journey. Love to discuss that.
Pregnancy journey. Maybe that should be what the book's called.
Leading up to.
So how can they contact you then?
I'm on all the socials. Ain.Muccular.
Ain.Muccular. Yes.
Yeah.
So that they can get all of this wisdom and all this knowledge that you've got to give. I'm just grateful you're giving it.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to be grateful because she's a worshiper. And she's going to worship with me. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited to have her. She's going to worship with me. You're going to be able to check the description for our worship duet. And it's just going to bless your life, because you're going to see the why we do this. You're going to see why we worship, that praise and worship is a weapon. I say it all the time.
Oh, yes.
Our lives are surrounded with it. We do life this way. This is how we live our lives. And it's a legit weapon that guards you, that keeps you safe, like legit. So please check the description for the Worship Duet. And we will see you guys next week.
In today's world, your brand isn't just what you do. It's how you're remembered. And the strongest brands don't just sell, they connect. That connection begins with the story you tell. At Train to Catch Planes, we specialize in premium video and audio podcast production that gives your voice clarity and presence. Our brand storytelling uses filmmaking techniques to capture emotion, depth, and the why behind what you do. And our social media content creation positions you as the leader in your industry, the voice people trust, follow, and remember. This isn't just production, it's legacy in motion. It's your vision, it's your voice, it's your time to take flight.
Train to Catch Planes is an amazing experience. It's not just the atmosphere, but the customer service, the way that the team leads and guides you. If you come in here not necessarily knowing where to start, how to do certain things, their guidance is unmatched.
The direction of Brian, his creativity, you don't even have to tell him what to do, okay? In the editing, all of it is youthful, it's trending.
Let me tell y'all right now, if you don't know about this spot, it is a premier spot in Metro Atlanta with all the needs, the necessities, the equipment, the cameras, the lights, the action. It's right here at Train to Catch Planes.
Hey guys, I'm Deanna Lane.
I'm Brian Christopher. What's up, family?
Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to Unspoken Heart.
Unspoken Heart.
The mission behind this movement is really just giving people a platform to tell their stories, giving them a platform to share what they've come through, to share how God stepped into their situation and turned their lives around. I'm just excited to be able to provide a platform for that, especially for worshipers, especially for people that just have a story to tell and they want to be able to share that and share the love of God.
We're just gonna keep growing this thing one episode at a time, one duet at a time, one story at a time, one testimony at a time. And hey, we're just gonna watch where God take us. Take all of us.
The episodes will drop every Saturday morning, so be subscribed so that you can be notified when they drop.
Make sure you're commenting, guys, because when you comment, you help the algorithm push this out to more people. And the more people we reach, the more effective we are in getting the word of God out. Unspoken Heart, thanks for tuning in to another episode. Every single Saturday, new episode, new worship duet.
In the description of the video, you can click it so that you can watch me and the guest worship together.